Hi guys, it's Kel here, and it's been absolutely forever since I've been able to do a video for the Freedom Fighters channel, but with this week being Eating Disorders Awareness Week, I thought it was really important that I took some time. I am usually on a Thursday with Rachel, but since we had nobody doing a video on Friday this week, I thought I'd take this opportunity to get one up, and also to apologise to you guys for me kind of vanishing from the channel. My life is really busy at the moment, and I'm back at university. I'm about to start a placement and I'm volunteering, and it's all absolutely amazing, but it does mean that I have to prioritise and make sure that I'm not taking too much on, so unfortunately that has meant taking a backseat at the channel. I do hope as I settle into my routine more to be here when I can be, and I'm not going to promise that that's going to be every week, so that's kind of that. And also, I sound funny. I've got a cold and I've been hoping that it would be gone because I sound ridiculous. Oh, I think I sound ridiculous, but you kind of have to deal with that and me grabbing water constantly. And the third thing is my background's changed, and that's because I found that here in the hall was the best place for lighting. It makes me look quite pale, but I am quite pale, so it stops me looking yellow, which is really good because I am healthy. I don't want to look yellow, thank you. So, when I decided that I was going to get a video up for you guys this week for Eating Disorders Awareness Week, I started to think about what would be the most helpful thing for me to talk about. What did I want to talk about this week? And as some of you guys will know, I do quite a bit of volunteering and related to eating disorders, and especially this week with it being Eating Disorders Awareness Week, I was actually able to speak to some sufferers and some parents of sufferers and such this last week, and that was kind of what sparked off my intention for the topic this week. And what I really wanted to talk to you guys about was recovery. And I'm sure I've done this whole speech a million times before, but I think that because it's Eating Disorders Awareness Week, at the moment there's all this information in the press about the 1.6 million people in the UK struggling with an eating disorder, and about how recovery can take years, and about the crises of living with an eating disorder, the health implications, and all of those are very, very true and very, very real. But what it seems to me to lose out on is the fact that recovery is possible, and letting people suffering and their parents, their partners, their brothers, their sisters know that that is possible, and that this isn't how it always has to be, and that you can get better. The reason that I think this is so important is because, as you guys probably know, I was told I would never get better. But interestingly enough, a week next Sunday, so the 6th of March, I'll be celebrating my 3rd year of recovery. And so I wanted to talk about this. What is recovery? People always ask me, when you say you're recovered, what does that actually mean, Kel? So, a lot of people have this expectation that recovery is about learning to manage your illness. And if that's what you want to call recovery, then that's absolutely fine, and each to their own. But for me, recovery is being entirely free of my eating disorder. It means that I don't worry about body image, I don't worry about food or weight, I don't use food or weight to deal with my emotions. I can cry, I can laugh, I can express all those emotions at appropriate times and places, and I deal with them healthily, not through my body. And I've had lots of people in the last week say, well, do you still weigh yourself? Do you know what you weigh? What is your eating like? And I'm really not conscious of those things anymore, and I never thought that that was going to be possible. I thought that they were the things I would manage. I would learn to accept a healthy weight but be uncomfortable with it. I would learn to understand what healthy eating was, but maybe not, really love it. And I hate that that's the message, really, really hate that that's the message, because it seems like it deflates the motivation towards recovery, because you're being told you have to learn to manage with it. And I would kind of be in the mindset of, well, what's the point of learning to manage with it? I don't want to live with it. I want to be well, I want to be healthy, I want to be living my life to the full. And actually, I'm wearing a t-shirt today that says, appropriately, live your life. And I think my idea of recovery might be different to the next person's, but I absolutely mean it when I say that I am recovered. Nothing triggers me, I don't do any behaviours, and being recovered doesn't mean that you eat perfectly and that your weight stays perfectly. That in itself isn't normal. And recovery is about being as healthy as you can be, and being as happy as you can be, and not needing an eating disorder to cope. Or at least that's my perception of what recovery is. And I realised this week, during Eating Disorders Awareness Week, that not a lot of people get that. Not a lot of people seem to get as far as I get. And maybe, as far as I got, maybe that's because people that do recover as much as I have aren't as vocal. I mean, there are people definitely on this channel that would consider themselves recovered, and I think we're really fortunate to have these wonderful women here speaking out about this on a weekly basis. But in a more general sense, I don't very often come across people who really are fully well. I come across a lot of people who say they've learned to live with their healthy body and they manage on a daily basis, but to me that's not what recovery is, like I keep saying. And I don't know if it is that these people recover and they just get on with their lives and stop talking about eating disorders and just forget about it, or if indeed it doesn't happen that much. And unfortunately my belief sits with that second one. I think that maybe not that many people achieve that, because we get this message that you learn to manage your eating disorder and you have to learn to live with it. And to every single one of you watching this video, I don't want you to have to manage this. I want you to recover. I want you to live a full and happy and healthy life. I want you to wake up every morning and think, oh my gosh, isn't life beautiful? I want you to have to experience all the great things and appreciate them because you've experienced the bad things. And I'm not saying your life's going to be perfect. I'm not saying you need to get, suddenly have this wonderful life because you're recovered. Things will still happen. I mean, I've been stressed out a little bit lately about university, but I've coped with that healthily, and I don't feel like my health has suffered emotionally or physically because of that. And I really, really want you guys to know that you can have that and that you deserve that. I think we all think when we're recovering, I'm the one person that can't recover, I'm going to be ill for the rest of my life. But that's what I was told by medical professionals. That was the bottom line. That was who I was, or at least that was what I was being told. And I know a lot of you have been told that as well. But just don't stand for it. You can recover. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not anything amazing or, super special. I'm just the same as every other person out there. And if I can do it, you can do it. So I feel like I've kind of rambled my point in this video. And it has been a long time since I've done a video, so it feels a bit weird. But I just wanted to leave you with that message this week. When you read a horror story about somebody struggling with an eating disorder, remember that that's to raise awareness so that other people can take you seriously. Excuse me. But that's not what you have to live with. That there is still light at the end of the tunnel and that you can recover. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, before I have a coughing fit. I hope you're all as well as can be expected, and I'll do videos as best I can in the coming weeks. Okay guys, take care. Bye.